Hey, yo, what is up, crazy people? So this is actually, if you've seen the intro already, this is our spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We consolidated.
It's getting a little confusing
Yeah.
for people. Anyways, so we figured why go somewhere else? Just go here.
Right here.
Booyah!
This is
right
what
here.
you need right here. So subscribe
Definitely.
right now.
Yeah,
I think
and
there's a button somewhere.
Exactly. I think it's like right here. And also let us know, give us things to talk about.
Yeah.
We've watched so many different things.
We do.
And both in the Eastern and Western realms. And today,
We're going to give you our top 10 anime picks of all time.
5 each.
5 each, so 10.
Yes, and this is anime series.
Anime series.
Because we might do one about anime movies.
Absolutely.
You can't talk like that to me.
I can talk like that to you.
Just to preface, you're still a huge anime fan.
I'm a huge anime fan.
You still watch it.
I still watch
on the
it.
reg.
I do.
Your Netflix history is probably like 50% anime.
It is.
Just so you guys know, I stopped watching anime altogether in college. Quit cold turkey. I grew out of it. But before that, I watched quite a lot of anime.
Okay, so you're not as up to date as I am on
I'm not
some
up to
of this
date,
stuff.
but I would have to say when I was really into it, I mean, I was really into it. I bought the DVDs. All right, without further ado, why don't I start off because you have a lot. We'll let you end with the last one.
What's your number 5?
All right, my number 5. It's actually kind of obscure. This cartoon was in Japan about only 39 episodes.
Okay.
It was like, all right. And then they ported it over to America in the late 90s, and it was in Japan in the mid 90s. It was called Ronin Warriors. In American, you probably don't remember this. In Japan, it was called the Yoroiden Samurai Troopers. You never seen this? Dude. All right, they actually translated it all into English, right? So I watched the dubbed versions. This is like my favorite cartoon, literally, like when I was a kid.
What's so good about it?
First of all, it's like a cross between Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. All right, there was these samurai warriors, right? 5 guys, protagonists, different colors, kind of like Ninja Turtles, right? Red, blue, green, and it was like Power Rangers because they would put on these suits. They would power up. So normally they're wearing these, regular stuff, and then they would power up with these samurai suits. And then they could combine their weapons and their armor to make one mega guy, kind of like the Power Rangers.
Okay, yeah.
And they had different colors.
Okay.
All right, and they fought like
Wait,
these.
so did they rip off the Power Rangers?
No.
Power Rangers ripped off
No. This was it wasn't the same. Like Power Rangers is a different genre.
Okay.
But I'm just liking it because there's 5 of them, different colors. They soup up with the armor. I loved it because it was just like I thought at that age I loved anything where it powered up. It was like because you get this when you're a kid. You get this adrenaline rush. You're like, yeah, power up,
I get
right?
you. Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Everyone was fan of Power Rangers when they were young.
Yeah, and like in the cartoon, the animation was awesome, and they had their antagonists, which were these evil samurai warriors. So I love that. And I remember the story was great because in the end, they all teamed up together to fight one mega bad guy. It was just a great story. They even came out with action figures in America.
And you bought one?
Oh my God. It was the worst action figure because the armor, you couldn't even the idea was amazing. They had commercials. I literally I had to run to Toys R Us right away to buy one. I wanted all 8 of them, but then my mom was like, that would cost like $200, so you're not getting 8, you're getting 1. And I was like crying, I wanted all 8 of them. And it was just amazing. It was great. If I watched it now, it's probably unwatchable. But when you're, 10, that was the best thing ever.
All right, okay. Well, I've never seen it, so those of you who have can relate to
probably
this
not a lot,
here.
but...
My number 5 is Fushigi Yugi. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
I have no
but
idea what
Fushigi Yugi, those of you who know that.
I know that a lot of you guys watch it.
I love,
because
okay,
you talk
basically
about it all the time.
to give it to you in a nutshell. It's basically a girl. She somehow travels back to ancient China.
Oh.
And
but it's a Japanese anime.
it's a Japanese anime.
Okay.
And then she meets these 5 warriors that represent like the first 5 or
5 elements?
5? No, it wasn't 5 elements. Was it 5 or 6 or 4? I can't remember.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I watched it. It's still like my top 5.
When did it come out?
It came out a long time when I was in college, back in like
man.
early 2000s.
did I miss that
and then all these warriors, they represent one of the guardians. You know, in China, there's a myth about the 4 guardians,
Yes.
which is the turtle, dragon, tiger, and phoenix.
Yes.
And so each one of them represent one of those. And it's a love story because spoiler alert, hence the title. The last episode is my favorite. So she travels. She won the battle war or whatever, and then she travels back to her time, which is modern day Japan.
Okay.
And then her love interest is this Chinese kung fu warrior who says to her, he's like, no matter, I can't, it's not verbatim. He's like, no matter what, no matter how many lifetime it takes, I will find you.
Oh man, you would love it.
And then she's like in college and she's all sad because she misses him, and then he finds her. He finds her.
What was he in modern time?
Like another guy, but like it was him.
He was like the cool kid in school. That knows how
He
to
still
do,
looked
like,
all right. No, he
martial
wasn't in her school. He was in her brother's school.
Wow.
So he finds
Dude,
her.
were you crying when you saw that?
First time, yeah.
Ah, and you were in college?
I was in college.
Oh, that's
Hilarious.
embarrassing,
He
man.
went through like 2,000
Dude,
years.
so you're like in your college room in Missouri, and you're like got your Truman State shirt on, and you're like, Yuki. Wow,
Yeah.
dude. Did you have friends? Dude, if your frat mates saw that, they would have beat you with like a baseball bat or something.
I watched the last episode again last week because someone brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah,
way.
last episode.
I'm gonna go watch this.
All right, go
No,
watch
no.
it. It's a lot. It's like
I'm gonna
100
watch
episodes.
I'm gonna watch a clip of it on YouTube, and I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, whatever. All right, what's your number 4?
all right, my number 4. Again, I first saw these in the U.S. when they're translated into English.
Okay.
It was Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
Gundam Wing. Okay.
Gundam Wing.
Yeah, Gundam Wing.
So this was this is a cartoon. It was kind of it wasn't very successful in Japan. It was moderate because I didn't know, but the Gundam genre, and they call it the mecha genre, was huge in Japan.
Sure.
Right? Robot Warriors. I love Robot Warriors, but I didn't know about Gundam, and this was my gateway into Robot Warriors,
Yeah.
and actually, and I started watching other stuff like Neon Genesis. You know, that was also
Evangelion,
kinda-
yeah.
yeah, but Gundam Wing, I loved it because here's why. I don't know if it was the same in America as it was in Japan, but in America they had really cheesy music, like really awesome, like pop kind of like cheesy.
the music's
songs.
the same.
Might be the same. Okay, I really like the music, and this like the main character, like hero, is just skinny Asian guy. So I'm like, yeah, I was. This is what I thought to myself when I was a kid. I go, if they ever made a Gundam movie, I want to play it. I'm skinny, short Asian guy. That was my dream, right? I would have loved. My dream, like 10 years ago, I watched this like 10, 15 years ago, was the real life Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
And me being in that movie. And little did I know they actually made the movie and I wasn't in it. But anyways.
Of course not.
No. But that's basically what it was, and I loved it because of the nostalgia. The heroism,
Yeah.
the chivalry.
I remember that, like,
Yeah.
I don't remember watching it too much. I remember what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
so-
was big. It was big.
It was big. And I even liked building models of cars, and then I got into building models of these Gundam Wings.
Yeah.
So it was an expensive hobby, but it was awesome. And you
All right,
paint
cool,
it later.
cool.
So
All right, my number 4 is Fairy Tale.
Where are you, where you going? Hikari, zenbu atsumete.
it was called Fairy Tale.
Fairy Tale is spelled Tail. It's not like a fairy tale.
okay.
Okay,
It's
basically.
like a fairy's tale.
No, it's not fairy's tale. Okay, basically it's a land of magic, and there's this guild. They have wizards guilds.
Okay.
And one of the guilds is called Fairy Tale.
Okay.
And it's basically centered around this girl who just joined, and around this guy who he practices dragon. You guys know what I'm talking
I
about.
notice a pattern here. You like animes with a strong female protagonist.
No, that's.
You just told me 2, and you're like, there's this girl in it.
There's always a girl in it.
Not in mine. Mine.
Yeah, because yours
5
is like
men
30
fight-
years old.
No, 5 guys in armor, samurai armor, 5 kids in robot armor.
No. Okay, this one is mainly focused on her, and they share the spotlight in this other wizard, and and I'm almost done watching the whole thing. And it's just like it's about friendship. I like.
Are you watching it now?
I'm still watching it now.
Oh, okay.
It's like 100 and something episodes.
So it's successful.
It's successful,
Yeah.
and like it's kind of the only part that drives me crazy about this is when they fight.
Okay.
Have you ever watched Dragon Ball before?
A little bit, yeah.
I hate it. The reason why I have a love-hate relationship with Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
I love Dragon Ball, but I hate how they drag everything on. Like
Right.
a fight in Dragon Ball will take like 20 TV episodes. Like I remember this fight between Goku and Frieza on a planet Namek, and literally it was a 5-minute fight.
Yeah.
It took like 30 episodes.
Yeah, I
So
wouldn't want to watch that.
like Fairy Tail has a thing when they fight, like they'll get defeated. It's always like this, right? Like they'll come on strong, beat someone, then they get beat, and then they're like, but I have to fight for my friends, and then they get all powerful, like, and then like. And it's called like the power of feelings or whatever the heck. But anyway, it's really funny. It's a
Sounds
really funny
horrible.
series. It's because here's also why I like it. Nobody dies really. Like nobody dies. Like it's really just like
but
a
nobody
uplifting,
dies. Yeah, okay. All right.
happy. I like to be happy. after I'm done.
Did it come out recently or it's old?
This came out like probably a few years ago.
Okay.
It's still fairly
it's
new.
relatively
I
new.
like it. Yeah,
Okay.
it makes me feel better.
Nice.
What's your number? What's your number 3?
Makes you feel better.
Yeah.
My number 3, it's not. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
But it's not an anime.
Okay.
But it's probably my favorite American cartoon, and it was very popular, but it was canceled.
What was it?
It's called Exo Squad.
It was a golden age for all mankind. Using the incredible exoskeletons called E-frames,
What is that? Is that an anime?
What did you? Yeah, it's a cartoon.
What was it? Anime.
It's not Japanese, but it's American. It was a.
Why?
It was,
Why do you? Every time we come up with a topic and a
need
title, why do you always need to put something
have
in
to.
there
I have to
that
do it.
goes against the title
That's
of
my
our
one-
video?
That is my one wild
You
card.
always. What'd you do
know
last
what?
time? Last time you
What'd
did
I do?
something else.
What'd I do?
Like you did something where we did couples.
Yeah.
Cartoon couples. You picked like the Muppets. That's not a cartoon couple. You always have to do something.
No, my couple. I think it was like Timon.
No, you did Froggy, or is it like Kermit and Miss?
All right.
I wanna smack you.
Mike is a hater. Listen, give me a wild card. You know what? Everyone, this is my wild card.
whatever,
I get one
whatever.
wild card. This is my wild card.
Follow the rules.
It's a cartoon.
It's not.
It's not an anime. It's a cartoon.
Whatever.
But I have to.
What is it?
It's a mecha genre American cartoon. It originated in America. And this is so good. They climb. It's not as advanced as Gundam or Neon Genesis. They climb into these like big suits, and it's kind of like old. And these suits are not, highly mobile, but they fire weapons. But here's what I loved about it. It tackled a lot of adult themes like racism, because humans would fight against these neo-sapiens, these like aliens, right? And they had racism, they had political things in there. So it wasn't just a cartoon. It was like awesome. It was just like a lot of themes, and it was great action. I mean, again, they had these amazing action figures. How many? Listen, dude. They had these guys, and you could literally put them into the Exo Squad exoskeleton mechas.
Is your favoritism on anime based solely on toys?
Yes, you have to have toys. Listen, for Christmas, again, I got this time more than one. I got 2 of them. My upstairs neighbor got 2 of them, and of course the whole
Wait,
line
you got
of them.
stuff for Christmas?
Yeah, man. Oh, sorry.
What, really?
Didn't mean to bring up some bad memories. Dude, I got I got everything I ever asked for Christmas.
All right, okay, all right.
That's all another topic. But anyways, this was a great cartoon, ahead of its time, and from America. This is not X-Men. It's not, like this Looney Tunes. I mean, it was a full-on adult-oriented political cartoon.
All right, sounds like something I wouldn't watch, but glad you like that, and that's your wild card. Hope I don't
That's
see
my
another.
wild card.
I hope I see another one.
That was my one
You
wild
will.
card.
I will, dude. I will spill some water on you. My number 3 is Devil is a Part-Timer.
Now tell me why you two were fighting in the middle of the street.
Because I must destroy him.
Of course, you don't know what the heck that is. It's probably the funniest anime I've seen in a long
Is it
time.
new? Is it old?
It's really new. I think there's only one season. Basically, it's the devil lost a battle and came to modern day Japan.
Okay.
And he has no money, so he has to go get a job at a fast food place. Okay. He's just like living life. He's just like enjoying it. So
What's the genre like?
what do you mean it's a genre? It's comedy. It's funny. It's more funny than anything
But
else.
is there action?
Yeah, there's some action. There's very little action, where people still come and challenge him because he's the devil.
Wait, you watch anime because it's comedic?
Yeah,
That's
dude,
weird.
it's funny. There's actually one anime that didn't make on my list. I got to mention later. It's also one of the funniest things ever.
Okay.
I don't watch it for any action, but
But you
it's
watch it with
just funny.
subtitles? 'Cause you
Yeah,
understand Japanese.
you cannot do dub. You got to do subtitles.
I can't watch. I mean, I have to. There's got to be action oriented for me.
Whatever.
That's
This
the whole
is just
point of an anime.
hilarious. Devil is a part-timer. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's awesome.
right.
What's your number 2?
All right, my number 2 is it's called Cowboy Bebop.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
I've seen that.
Okay, another gateway anime for me because it brought me into the genre of space westerns.
Okay.
And other popular ones would be like Trigun,
Trigun.
or Wild Arms. I love this cartoon. Again, I started watching it on in America, dubbed, and then I bought the DVD set. I loved it. The music. I mean, I love westerns in America, like Clint Eastwood. And I was telling you this recently. I love Chinese westerns. You know, just the whole genre, like modern Western, old Western. I love it because you've got these, outlaws who a lot of times they're like bad, good guys. I love that whole thing. They want to bring justice. They got an edge to them. And Cowboy Bebop, it's kind of like that. They're space outlaws.
Can I just say that's
Yeah.
one of the most depressing animes I've ever seen.
It's very
Like,
like
they never
moody,
never
like-
win a bounty.
Yeah.
They're always poor.
Yeah.
They always fail at the end.
I loved it because it was about like the relationship,
depressing.
and the music, and I loved
Whatever.
it. I loved it.
I didn't like that one that much. All right, my number 2 is
Wasn't funny enough for you.
wasn't uplifting enough. My number 2 is probably an anime that I've seen that has probably the most feelings I ever felt ever. It's just like a gush of feelings. It's SAO, Sword Art Online.
Weird.
Basically, it's okay.
Is it new? Is it old?
It's super new. Second season's already coming out. I'm starting to watch the second season.
Oh, like it's as we speak.
Yeah.
So you're following it along.
Yeah, the first season had like 2 story arcs.
Is it very
And
popular?
I think it is. Basically, it's about a video game, and they go into the video game kind of like I don't know.
Wait, like Ralph, like Wreck-It Ralph? They go into the video
yeah,
game?
they go into. But it's real people. You put on this virtual reality. In the future, they invented virtual reality where you can actually go into the video game, kind of like Star Trek, where they go into the
Is
hologram.
it 3D?
Yeah, like they go into the hologram. Everything
Right.
is real. Like you're real. You're
But
playing
it's
a
a
character.
cartoon.
It's a cartoon.
Okay.
And so like so in this realm, you can like become like a magician or a knight or a wizard or whatever. So kind of like a World of Warcraft kind of thing.
In a cartoon form.
Yeah, but like the premise is that you can now go into in the cartoon, people from modern day Japan can now travel into this video game world where they can play out their characters.
Okay.
And then basically the video game creator put something into the game where everyone's stuck in the game. So all the people that were in the game, they either have to beat the game or they never get out.
Okay, and maybe they have to work together.
And if they die in the game, they die in real life.
Whoa, that's like a Matrix.
Right.
That's
so
pretty cool.
it's really cool because you see this relationship start developing with the main character and the girl. And they're just like, I don't know, they hate each other in the beginning, and then they start working together, and then they fall in love inside the game.
Okay.
So then you're like, all right, cool. All right,
So-
you fall in love
so
inside
now
the
the
game. Are you going to
feelings
really
are
fall in
starting to
love
come out.
outside
Yeah.
in the real world? And they build this whole life inside the game. And I'll just tell you this. I'm actually doing a whole video on SAO. I don't know if that's going to come out before or after this episode is going to come out. But I feel so strongly about this. So
gosh.
I'm going to give you guys more feedback about this. Because I have some
I
good
probably
points
won't-
about this.
I probably won't be
Watch
there.
the SAO video.
You know what? Or maybe I'll watch it just so I could chime in.
It's only 26 episodes. Finish it. 20
Is
minutes
it on
each.
Netflix?
It's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay. I might, out of the whole list, would you tell me to check that one out?
Yeah, check it out. You might not like it because a lot of feelings involved. You're not very much of a feelings kind of
For
guy.
anime, I want to watch some action. Seriously.
There's a lot of action.
There's action.
A lot of fighting.
It's good animation.
Yeah, you should check
Okay,
it out.
All right, I'll check it out.
All right, what's your number one?
Do I even have to say?
Yeah.
Pokemon!
I wanna be the very best.
I wanna be the dude. Seriously, man. Pokemon is, and I gotta tell you, I watched Pokemon well into my adult life. I was 19, 20. I took my upstairs neighbors. They were like really young to go see the American release of the first Pokemon movie. I wanted to see that in the theaters as an adult in college.
All right.
It was awesome.
Okay.
I cried one time.
In the movie?
Nope. In the episodes, in the first season of Pokemon. That's my favorite. I cried when Ash, one of his Pokemons called Butterfree, basically turned into the butterfly. And he like lost one of his best friends. And I was like, and they show the montage, the cartoon. You talk about feelings, bro. You talk about feelings, okay? They show that montage where Ash first finds the Pokemon, then he raises it, then it I forget the term, but it upgrades in levels. Then the third iteration, it turns into this beautiful butterfly and it flies away.
All right.
And I love that part so much. And then cartoon, of course I played the Game Boy.
Isn't that anime still on?
Yeah, but I don't, honestly, it's just like anything. Like, it's just,
You lost the
too
magic.
much. I lost the magic. I'm only talking about the first season, Misty, Brock, Ash, and when they go through that whole journey, it was awesome. So many feelings. Classic.
Well, I give you that because I know a lot of people do like Pokemon. My number one is...
Can I just say,
Yeah.
I was such a Pokemon era. So I watched Pokemon.
Yeah.
I played Pokemon, the Game Boy game.
Yeah. And you also had action figures, of course.
No, I didn't have action figures.
Whoa.
Because how are you gonna make Pokemon action figures?
They had Pokemon action
I don't
figures.
know. I don't have them.
I think.
But I played in America and Japan. They had the Pokemon card game.
Oh, yeah.
And not only did I collect those, I spent quite a few dollars on them. I'm in college, by the way. All right, I got made fun of, but I didn't care. Follow your dreams. I entered tournaments where I would compete against other Poke trainers.
Oh, you're a Poke trainer?
Yes, on the cards. I did not hang out with a lot of women during those years where I played Pokemon cards, but I developed a really good skill of collecting cards and playing them.
Okay. Well, good for you. Glad you embrace your young inner self.
Yep.
All right. Well,
All right. Number one.
my
for
number
Mike.
one for me is, a lot of you, I mentioned this in the past, Yu Yu Hakusho. This is an older anime.
Is that Yu-Gi-Mon? It sounds like Yu-Gi-Mon.
No, it's not Yu-Gi-Mon.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yu Yu Hakusho. It's why I love it is because I read the comics, physical paper comics, when
The
I was
manga.
in China. The manga when I was in China, and I came to the U.S. and they made this series, and I was like freaking out because I'm like, oh my god, it's
They
real.
finally, it's like all your dreams come
And
true.
yeah, and I remember back then I bought the DVD sets. Cost like $100. $100
Yeah.
back like 10 years ago was a lot of money.
Oh, it was a lot of money.
I spent that. I bought it. It was like 100 episodes or something, and I watched the entire. I binge watched it, and I couldn't stop because here's the thing: it's got everything I love.
Okay.
Except for it doesn't have as much romantic stuff as I would like.
It's a fantasy genre?
It's like it's a modern day guy in Japan, and he dies,
Okay.
and then he becomes
Reincarnated.
no, he becomes a spirit detective.
Okay.
So he's basically hired by Yan Wang, which is like the guy who rules the underworld, or the
Okay.
spirit world. So he helps the spirit world fight monsters.
Okay.
So he goes through this progression of becoming tougher and tougher and whatnot. It's just this. The characters in this anime are so awesome. You got the main guy who's really tough. You got the kind of the adversary / friend in Hiei. You got the really cool, smart, tactical guy in Kurama.
Okay.
Then you got his best friend and all that. And his girlfriend. Here's the thing: she basically waited for him for like 20 years.
Wow.
Or something like that. And then she finally, at the end, I think they got together.
But he's dead.
No, but he came back to life.
How did he come back to life?
Because the guy, underworld ruler, made him come back to life
Because he fought crime.
to have him fight crime, fight like other demons.
Gotcha.
So and then like there's-
Demons in real life.
right, and there's this really touching scene where he thought his best friend died, and then he was like he got energy to fight. He was all sad, and that was like one of my favorite fights
Did
ever.
you cry?
Yeah, the first time.
How old were you, dude?
Like 19, 20.
You cried in that? So
You cried at Pokemon.
that was like loss of.
He thought he lost his best friend. Isn't that the same thing as what you were saying?
Yeah, all right.
Whatever.
yeah.
Anyway, so that's my favorite anime. If you haven't seen it yet, guys, definitely check that one out.
All right.
All right.
Honorable mention.
Oh, the honorable mention I want to say is I love this series. It's called School Rumble. It's basically like it's just quirky. It's funny. It's about like this love triangle
new,
within this.
old?
It's kind of newish. No, it's not really new. It's probably like 5 years old.
Okay.
It's about this love triangle
that's
in this
still
high
pretty new,
school,
yeah.
and it's really just quirky and funny. The whole thing is there's no action.
Dude,
it's just
Japanese
pure
people love
funny.
high school themed everything.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So
right.
School Rumble.
Is it action too?
No, it's no action.
Just
funny.
Just funny.
It's really funny.
Kind of like that one you were talking about. The.
Has way less action than that.
Oh, okay.
It's just pure funny.
All right, so I might have to check out Sword Online Art.
Sword Art Online, like
sorry.
Saw, S-A-O. Yeah, check it out. It's awesome. And
right, cool.
so much feelings came out after a while. After I watched it, I was typing a friend of mine. I kept typing. I'm like, hey, what about this? And how come this? And I'm like, this.
Wait. Who was your friend that watched it with you?
She didn't watch it with me. She watched it before, and she introduced me to it.
Really?
So then I was like, I was so
So
excited.
you're
I was
having like a love fest with this movie on.
yeah, I was like freaking out. I was like, what? I just finished it, and what is up with that?
This is like last week.
2 weeks ago. I'm gonna talk about it on the SAO video because I still got so much to say about
right.
this.
All right. Well, you may or may not see me there, depending on if I actually decide to watch this series. But you know what? Maybe it's time to revisit anime because I haven't seen an anime. For
All right, I'm
like
skeptical, but
8 years,
I will
bro.
be very happy if you can go check it out.
Yeah. All right. I'm curious now.
All right, guys, let us know if you are hashtag Team Mike or hashtag Team Dan. Which list did you like better? Let us know your favorite anime, and we'll see you later.
Peace.